Live. Hope so. Are we live? Question. Yep. So it looks like. Can anybody hear me? We're going ahead and get started. Hold on. Wait just a second. Wait a minute. There we go. Now it's starting to work. Oh, Alex, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Got it to work. Can we get any more people possibly to join? I can see you're also chat. Oh boy, that looks weird. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get started with this live stream. We're going to look at the GFS model here. So the GFS here has been keeping in the same for the past few model runs here. We look at here. A lot of snow going on from Missouri, Illinois. It's going to stretch it to Indiana and Kentucky. But it doesn't want to show that much snow for the beginnings in Kentucky and Ohio than some of the other models show. So the GFS is not really showing much. If we do look at the FE3 version here, and going and go back, it's very similar to the GFS. Now let's look at the snowfall totals from these. May as well do that. The FE3 shows a good around a foot of snow for parts of, well, actually most of Missouri and parts of Illinois. And that heaviest part of snow kind of stretches into Indiana and maybe in parts to Ohio. I think it's going to be in a similar situation with the GFS. Yes, but with less snowfall totals and a little bit further to the south for that time. So look at the CMC model for snowfall totals here. It does agree to the FE3 version GFS. Around a foot for parts of Missouri and Illinois again. And seems like it's a little bit further to the south this time from the CMC. Now let's actually go ahead and get into the high-res models now. Here's snowfall totals from the RGM here. Pretty good snowfall totals again for parts of Missouri, Illinois. It seems like those higher snowfall totals is going to start reaching into Indiana. It's what it seems to have a good agreement on. Let's actually go ahead and look at a better picture for an RGM here. It only goes 54 hours. It goes out into Sunday, 0C in Zulu time. So here's the beginnings of it here. Heavy snow for Missouri. That kind of stretches into Illinois, southern Indiana, into Kentucky. With this model here in particular, it wants to keep that snow a little bit longer in the Ohio Valley region. And then that warm air starts to come up there. And there's your 54 hours for right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Euro here. We go ahead and go to the next 5 days. That's your official snowfall totals there. We're going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit from the Euro here. As you can see here, maybe up to 15 inches. So far, this has been most of the snowfall totals. And that's actually from the Euro. And the Euro last year has not been doing so good. So I think we kind of expect that to happen. So highest I see is close to 16 inches. We do have pockets up to 9 inches, like in northern Kentucky, right around the Virginia area as well, in those mountain ranges there too. Now let's look at the NAM 5KM here. We're going to go out 3 days. It usually do have lag issues along with this. It seems like the 3 days does not work on this model in particular. As you can see here, the yellow here in particular is pretty much around a foot of snow, and that kind of shows that around St. Louis, wherever I look at this here, all this snow here, and I think the heaviest of snowfall totals for this is catching at right now from the NAM 5K from this small run. Looks to be the heaviest around in here in central Kentucky. It's what it's been. This model here in particular has been really looking at in this area in particular. We're going to see what's going to happen there from the NAM 5K. And let's go ahead and go to my snowfall forecast. It probably will change tomorrow, but here it is. The highest snowfall totals I do expect is 8 to a foot, and that's for central Missouri and parts of Illinois. So this storm could be a little bit large for snowfall totals wise. So the lightest blue, which is all the way around of everything pretty much, is around an inch or less, really. That kind of stretches around like Oklahoma, Kansas, maybe I'll probably stretch it into Colorado very soon. And it goes up to Iowa, northern Illinois, on the state lines for Michigan, Illinois, and Ohio. And it kind of stretches out into Pennsylvania, which will probably be shortened down up in the northeast. Now, the darker the blue, the higher snowfall totals there is. Now here, this blue right here in particular is 1 to 3 inches here. If you're like between in here, let's see if if you're between like 3 to 5 and 1 to 3, you just get 1 to 3 inches of snow. Just to clarify that. Now we have 5 to 8 here. That kind of stretches into Cincinnati, Ohio in particular. And we do have that 8 to 12, like I said, from the beginning as well for. And I'll probably possibly add 5 to 8 in those Virginia mountains right over here very soon. I may change this a little bit tomorrow, like expand this. I'll probably add another 5 to 8 inches region, which that would be Virginia. So yeah, what do y'all think of the snowfall forecast? Do you agree or not? Kind of interested. Here, I kind of averaged the models out, so this is kind of where it comes out to. Also do have those lines. They're going to the region area as well. That's what those lines there are for. If you do all have any questions, go in and put that in the chat. Oh yeah, I should probably show y'all something right now, actually. Let's go over in here. We do have winter storm watches and warnings out. The winter storm watch stretches all the way into Cincinnati, Ohio. Oh yes, the government shut down. Yeah, the government shutdown is pretty bad. So here's your hazards here in particular. We're going to go ahead and get into it here. Let me go ahead and zoom in where the area we have to be focused on here. We're going to go in here. get a better look at this. We're going to get my pen out as well here. So this kind of blue here, that's a winter storm watch. Seems like they extended into more south central Ohio. Don't be too surprised if this winter storm watch goes to the south around I-64. If you know that, I-64 kind of runs along in here. That's I-64 corridor. Around in here, like in these purples in particular, here, those purples there are winter weather advisories. In this pink in here is the winter storm warning here. The winter storm warnings are already put up for parts of Illinois and Missouri. I did have a talk with the National Weather Service at Louisville, which they cover, I think they cover pretty much about these areas in particular right in there. They're still not 100% sure if they're going to issue a winter storm watch for right now or not here. But their forecast does show mostly snow for these areas in particular. Right in there. So, they just haven't issued that winter storm watch just yet. I think they'll definitely will tomorrow. I would agree on with these counties here. So, yeah. And I do believe down there is freeze warnings and watches there. We do even have winter weather advisories in the Rockies of Colorado as well for. Oh yeah, this car right here, more of a 10 is a special weather statement. Forgot to give you all that. Is the stream doing okay? Let's look back here. Yeah, it's doing okay. Don't really have much else to show you guys. Let's see here. Let's see, I'm looking for that cover. Yeah, freeze warning for parts of Georgia and northern Florida. If y'all have any questions, put that in chat right now because I'm about to leave in a few minutes. I can probably go over, well, since the new people are joining in, here's my snowfall forecast right here. I'm pretty sure I'm getting some new viewers in here. And a sip of water. Chat's not active. One. Probably stay here a minute or two, probably till 8:45. Yeah, less than a minute I'll probably go, if y'all don't. So yeah, if I go in here, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this live stream, this winter storm. It's going to be official. We do have winter storm warnings for parts of Missouri and Illinois. Don't be surprised that there will be winter storm warning. Those winter storm watches will be transitioning or be upgraded to a winter storm warning. Like for these areas in particular, right in here, if you're in this area right in here in particular, you have that chance of a winter storm. Actually, it'll be more in here. Yeah, it'll be better in there. So, I was